there are huge challenges for architects. Like, there are less projects, there is more competition. So what do? They are more creative than ever. They have to focus on selling. They are providing new services, even beyond what they were doing in the past. I have seen architects doing a lot of interior design, applying their creativity, their ideas, to the interior of the buildings. Also, they are expanding their services, going into project management, and doing it very efficiently. This is a printer that we say, okay, this is for work groups, printing serious amount of prints. We say, what are the things that delay our customers? What are the things that use their time? I have 3 architects sending prints to the same printer. One is producing a render in photo paper. Another one is producing the first line drawings in plain paper. One has to say, can you wait please, I need to print my render. I don't want your line drawing to be printed on my expensive photo paper, so please wait. They go there, they load the photo paper, they print, they unload, they load the plain paper, and then the other colleague can print. So imagine that you can have a printer that has 2 roles, that are automatic, that understands the file that is coming, see what type of media the file has to be printed, and then automatically chooses the role depending on the media that the file is going to use. So basically today, with this printer, work groups will be able to send different media types without having to stop what they are doing to unload or unload media. At the end is saving time for them to do what they are good at, which is creating. It's 40% faster. Again, you get the print faster than before, so you have to wait less. There is something that they didn't put here in the spec that is extremely useful for customers, and you will notice there. In fact, when I was showing it to some customers, to beta customers, that was the first thing they were telling us. Those printers sit in the middle of people. The other thing is, when you take a microscope and measure the minimum thickness of the line, that's your ability to put dots in a well-aligned. So we are better than competition on that, and the result, and we can demonstrate that with a microscope, is that we can produce crisper text, smaller fonts, and also thinner and finer patterns, which is something that architects appreciate because it gives them more freedom to represent more things. The last one, you can count on it. This printer has something extremely useful that is called in-printer processing technology, which is that you create your file, you send it to the printer, and the printer processes it. This is kind of memory dedicated to processing files in the printer to make sure that we never run out of memory. That was extremely important. Very important features are about security. A lot of the content that architects deal with is extremely confidential. So knowing that, we have put the latest technology that HP in general globally has about security, we have implemented here. We have even put an external hard disk, right, that replaces the internal hard disk that we have. So at the end of the day, you can take the hard disk and put it in a safe. So there is not even the possibility that somebody breaks in the house of the architect and steals not the printer, that maybe it will be too much, but opens the printer, takes the hard disk, and all the content is there. And all the queues is there, and customers really like it because they can reprint very easily what was sent. The problem is that then the content is there, maybe exposed. So when you connect an external hard disk, the internal hard disk is not used, and it's used external. By the way, it can be loaded from the front. That was kind of a request that our customers were giving us. The previous models, you had to load them from the back. Again, more time to do that. Both printers, the previous one as well, you can load the roll from the front, which saves you time as well. It's more convenient, right? Other than that, very similar in speed, very similar in print quality. It has less memory, 8 GB, right? And it has the same in-printer processing architecture that we were mentioning. You will get exactly the same output with the 2 devices. It's more about, like for bigger work groups, they will require some extra features related to shareability. And the last one is in 24 inches, is the 620. This is a refresh of the products that we had until now. It's a different, let's say, generation than the 44 inches that I was sharing with you. This one basically is about beefing up the capabilities of processing of the printer with a faster processor and, very important, 2 GB of memory. So it may look like small compared to what we were seeing before, but this is replacing a printer with 10 times more memory. It's about being able to pick a file in the File Explorer, right-click, you get a preview, and you send it to the large format printer. No application, no driver needed. It's applicationless, driverless printing. It's the simplest experience of printing large format. If somebody ever had an issue like, I don't know, in my application, this is A4 or letter size, then the printer is much larger. How do I zoom out? I don't understand. How will it look like? Sideways, portrait? So this basically shows you the printer, the roll, shows you if it's straight or not, and allows you to rotate and scale. You want it 27%, 100%, 200%, 500%, whatever you want. Rotated 90 degrees, 100 to 70, whatever you want. Again, you can get a large format print out of your files with an extremely easy experience. Now, what files we supported in Spring? We supported HPCL2, and we supported PDFs and PowerPoints, basically. PDFs, people exchange a lot of PDFs. I send you a PDF, then you just right-click, print it, forget it. So this is a major thing for us. This is our crown of the star of the crown. So this is the product that is more popular among our customers, and we really want to make sure they get the best experience. And the 2 rolls was part of it, the 32 gigabytes was part of it, and it all is really about giving you the best possible experience in network printing. So the price has to be similar to the product that we're replacing because it's for the same customer.
Go to instant printing and you choose the printer that you want. So if you only have one, you go straight to that one, otherwise you choose. So we've chosen this one. And the good thing about it is that you have a real preview of the file, right? In the context of the printer. So it's, so this one, the file was, I think this is an A1, so it's specified by the file. But for example, we have, then you can, of course, say, for example, have size. You can rotate very easily. You can choose the print quality or speed, so you know there's a trade-off. And then in this printer where we have 2 rolls, you can choose which one you want. Okay, so in this case we would use 36 because it's the one that would waste less paper. But for example, I can show you later when it finishes printing, but if we can, for example, open here, this is an Excel. So what we would do is go to the instant printing tab. Oops. So we're in the instant printing tab. We choose the printer that we want, so it's this one, and then go preview and print, and you would get. Okay. So super simple. You don't need to know what a plotter is to use these. So this is coated paper, so it takes more passes because it understands that it's a quite higher quality print.
Maybe we can also send
who want to communicate in real time. And this just launched in September, I believe.